So there's one time I went to, late at night, went to this restaurant called Ocotillo, and we snuck up on the roof, ended up doing some things we shouldn't have done. Anyway, the cops got called and we were chased down the road. My friends, for whatever reason, were faster than I was. I ended up getting arrested.
My name is Skylar Lewis, and I'm the founder of the Rise Up Kings Experience and the author of the 2-Day CEO book. I'm about to take you behind the scenes of one of the world's most intense experiential events, and I'm going to share with you my life and the transformation that has happened in many men's lives. It's going to be a fun journey. It's going to be wild. I'm going to share my failures, my successes, and I'm going to share my life lessons. It's time to rise up.
As a child, I grew up in a town called Hemet, California, and I didn't grow up in the nicest part of Hemet. And so there's one time I went to, late at night, went to this restaurant called Ocotillo, and we snuck up on the roof, ended up doing some things we shouldn't have done. Anyway, the cops got called and we were chased down the road. My friends, for whatever reason, were faster than I was. I ended up getting arrested. I was a little bit of a troublemaker. We used to go down to AM/PM, right, a local gas station where they used to have like hamburgers and hot dogs and all kinds of food in their little hot bar area. We'd drive down, or ride our bikes down this dirt road over here, and we would go sneak into the back of AM/PM. And at 12 o'clock on the dot, they would take out all the food and they would go put it in the trash. The hamburgers and hot dogs, all their food, they would throw it away in trash bags and they would toss it. So we would go out here right at 12. So as they were going in the back, and we would stand in front of the trash can and we'd ask if we could have the food, so we'd munch on food at 12 o'clock at night. And so they actually let us. We would go open these bags up and it would have fresh hot dogs and hamburgers straight from AM/PM, and guess what? It was free. What's up, bro? I like that bike, dude. I used to live here, so I actually grew up in this house right here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's crazy, yeah. How's the neighborhood? How's things out here?
It's alright. It's just it's a lot like bums, like tweakers.
A lot of bums and tweakers.
Yeah, but besides that, it's cool.
One of the challenges was definitely growing up. We didn't have a lot of money, and so I remember sitting up in my bed and just looking up at the ceiling, just wondering, like, was I ever going to create success? One of our first successful companies that I started was a company called Superior Cleaning, which eventually turned into Superior Restoration. And I wanted to prove myself. I wanted to prove that I could be successful, right? Prove to my friends, to my family that I had what it took. And so I built this company, and through just a series of challenges and struggles and some of the most difficult times, I learned how to start a company. Superior Restoration, so I started it in 2010. Superior was a challenge getting it to where it is now. So we have about 40 employees. We do a little over 10 million in revenue. It's fully employee ran. Our employees make all the decisions. It's in California. I'm out here in Dallas, Texas, and it's just a blessing. And now my journey is teaching other people how to do that same thing, right? What are the hiring and the scaling processes and systemization and process driven, right? What are the techniques that are necessary to scale a company successfully so the owner's not chained to the business? And this is what I teach at Rise Up Kings is how do you build that? How do you build a company where it can run on its own and the team can get fulfillment, right? As you can see, the team, it's high energy. People love working at Superior. My hometown, Hemet, California. It seemed like a totally normal place, right? As a kid, even the houses I lived in. But when we went out there with our camera crew and went and checked out some of my old stomping grounds, I realized those places were so small. I mean, so small. One of the mobile homes we lived in a 1-bedroom mobile home, me, my sister, and my mom, and a single wide, probably under 700 square feet, tiny house. But as a kid, it looked normal. I mean, even as we were driving to the mobile home park, I couldn't find the mobile home because I didn't realize how small it was until I finally, I saw it. I said, no way. There's no way that is where we where we grew up. Yeah, I think this is it right here. It looked a lot bigger as a kid for sure. There's a lot of drug use in Hemet. Even as a kid in Hemet, there was, I mean, a lot of my friends, a lot of my sister's friends. I mean, there's a lot of drug use. So I grew up here. I actually lived in a shed that was in the backyard. Looks like they moved it out, but that was my pad for about a couple years, from the time I was like 14 to 16. I actually bought this house after I had lived in it and remodeled the entire thing. So ripped off all the stucco, all the electrical, all the plumbing. I got it all the way to the studs and remodeled the whole thing. It took me almost a year and I went into major debt. Hi, I used to live here. We're just doing a little bit of a video for like old memories. All right, man. Cool. Yeah, have a good one. And so I wanted to get out of Hemet because I knew if I was around other successful people, other Christians, other people that were building companies, that I would, through osmosis, start to learn how to do that, start to change who I was. And that's exactly what happened. As soon as I was 18, moved out of Hemet, moved to Menifee, then I moved to Murrieta, which was a step above, then I moved to Temecula, which was a step above that, and then eventually to Orange County and then Newport Beach. I was kind of following where the most successful people were, because I knew if I was around them, I would have the highest chance of living a successful life. And that's something that we teach even at our events, like find a way to get around the highest level associations that you possibly can. 1 year ago, I moved away from California, moved to Dallas, Texas, away from my company Superior Restoration, which I've had for 12 years. And I was nervous about that, very nervous. All right, today's the day. We have our quarterly meeting, just flew out here from Texas, and now we get a chance to go see all of our team members. I'm pumped up, let's do this. Because over Zoom, it seemed fine, but when you get to see the people, right, and actually meet everybody, you don't know what it actually could look like and feel. Because I usually had a good pulse on the culture of the team when I was there. A lot of good people in this company, people that I truly love and care about. So I'm excited to see their faces. It's been 90 days since I've seen them. As we had our company meeting, I felt the energy was off the charts. Like the company, I mean, I couldn't even believe it. How could my company be running even better than it was while I was there? Made no sense at all. I mean, the morale was so high. I mean, they were even popping little celebration things. I mean, they were having a blast. As we did our financial review, I realized like our company was having a more profitable year than we even had last year when I was in California. We made more money with me not being present at the company than we actually made with me being gone. So I was pretty surprised. Overall, it was I got a chance to meet with my general manager, Stephanie. She's now our VP. She's doing incredible. Our team members, our sales team, our executive team, things were better than I could have expected. I'm just so grateful the job that they've done while I've been gone. Right, with me being absent, they've taken the reins. They've made a lot of decisions without my involvement. And honestly, I feel a sense of pride. These people are willing to work their butts off, to work for something greater, not just for me, but to work for something greater than themselves. It's just a testament to this work. If you take care of your team members and you set them up for success with the right processes and the systems, everybody wins. Everyone wins. And so that's how I feel at Superior Restoration. Even without my daily involvement, the team and everyone is winning. So overall, great trip. I'm pumped. Can't wait to be back.